Thank you. Who made it back first? Thank you. Plywood. Coffee time, baby. Gotta have that morning brew. Thank you, sir. Yeah, we were just doing a live and I was in horizontal, so we switched over to vertical. See if that improves some of the sharing there a little bit. How you doing today, Plywood? We are all set for the morning then. This is only my second cup, so. Terrific as Tom. I thought Nomadic would be in here again. Grandson Leland hanging out around here. Yeah, but better than what I'm headed for. We got level 2 at my county up in northern Ohio. Hopefully it won't be too icy. It looks a little worse on the other side of the river. I would like to get out and do a good 2-mile hike if it was a nice... Hello, Roadrunner, welcome back. If we had a nice, you know, light, fluffy snow that wasn't too wet. Start out on a nice trail, and by the time you get your 2 miles in, it would be all snow covered. Hello, Jason. Still misting here in Ashland. Yeah, Roadrunner, it's supposed to be that way when I get up north. If we got enough snow, I'll just go plow this evening. But it's supposed to start around noon again and snow for like 12 hours straight. Charles, you recognize that plate in front of me? Jason, did you get a notification on the horizontal live that I done? It was only like 30 minutes long. Yeah, Woody was telling me that YouTube doesn't like to share those horizontals out, so that's why I switched over to vertical. Well, that's good. I'm thinking if I'd come through here a couple hours earlier, I could have seen all the Christmas lights down through the park. Cripple Creek, did you make it back? But I thought the horizontal was supposed to be so much better on content and better to keep the spammers out, but I guess we never know until we give them a try. Yeah, Thanksgiving's over, so now it's Christmas time. And by the time Christmas gets here, they'll have the St. Valentine's Day candy out in the stores. We'll go from Christmas hats to big red candy boxes. Welcome to Ohio. Hello, Ebony. Thank you. That's a nice big rock up there ahead. Virginia, welcome in. Northwest Ohio here. We just rode out of Kentucky. You getting any snow in Virginia? Welcome in, folks. I am headed home, Roadrunner. Northwest Ohio, here I come. I can imagine this road when it was one of the main routes. Running east and west through here, connecting these tri-state together. I can barely remember before I-64 went in. Hopefully it's okay. We can all start singing Christmas songs now. Danville, Indiana. Is that near Bloomington? Southern Indiana? Indianapolis, maybe? About the only time I'm in Indiana is when we go around Fort Wayne and Columbia City and Hammond, Indiana. Minutes west. Well, 15 minutes is pretty close. Welcome in, everyone. Good Sunday morning. Yeah, I know what you mean there. I'm 40 minutes away and I'm too close to Toledo. I should have hit the highway there at Plywood and drove up through Jackson and Wellston. I could have hit 23 a little further up the road. everybody wants to bunch up. Everybody wants to run the speed limit. And then everybody wants to fly when you're in that little group. If they can keep all the tourists out, right, Roadrunner? Getting pretty windy down here on the river. Some deer on the hillside. There you go, man. Get the important things out of the way first. And Plywood, I stopped up here at Wheelersburg on the way down and hit the old Ponderosa. I'm telling you, I miss those places. $11.99 all you can eat buffet. They had a great selection, great service. I hate to see those places like that close down. You go to Golden Corral, you pay 3 times that much. You don't have that much better selection, and it's just overwhelming. Not as clean. Ponderosa is the place to be. Good morning, welcome in everyone. 50 degrees here, it says. Good morning, Jeffrey. How was your weekend? And the Marseille, how are you? Right now I'm in southern Ohio. And we're getting some rain and wind. Headed to northern Ohio, where all the snow is right now. Might be some tornado weather here. Thank you guys for those thumbs up. But it's still pretty nice weather all in all. Hello, Michaela. How are you? Welcome back. Michaela, have you had a good weekend? I am going to chase it. If I see one, we'll chase it. Maybe Ryan Y'all will buy my video off of me. That's good to hear, Michaela. Hello, I'm going to pass a message along that Sunshine has deleted her YouTube channel and Discord. Okay, well, thank you for that. Are you Sunshine, or have you started a new channel? Or is this... I don't have Discord myself, but I haven't seen Sunshine on YouTube in a long time. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Charles, are you here? Check out that channel for me. Video, no sub, so probably just made it up this morning. I can't see the picture. It looks like an old grandma or something, but welcome in. Thank you. Take us to your leader. We mean you no harm. Maybe that's why the channel is named Safe. Granny Glock. Yep. I thought it was, I'm pretty sure she was like a 12-year-old kid, but always had Lego videos on her channel. I haven't seen her in a while. I don't know nothing about Discord, but do they allow children on that? Hello, Patricia. Hello, Leland. Welcome back. You got to hit that thumbs up again, brother. 1 second it rains, 1 second it quits. Yeah, it's been a long time. I thought once she told me she changed her channel to something else, but I haven't seen the Illinois kids either. The two sisters. Thank you, Leland. Hi, Patricia. How are you? Where are you from? She has a hyphen on her H, so I'm thinking out of the country. Yeah, I don't know. Sunshine was a different kid. Grandpa taking a break. I've had, I think I got 3 different gift memberships. Huh. Well, thank you very much. I guess if we don't ask a lot of questions on here, which I do not. Patricia's from Michigan. Well, hopefully she's doing okay, and maybe she'll decide to come back and visit sometime. Wheeling, you and Woody, take a good day off here. Have some fun. How far do you live from Grandpa? Good job, Patricia. Did you have a good weekend? Well, that's good to hear. You got a lot of snow up in Michigan, I know that. I can't wait to turn north and get out of this wind. Oh, that's not too bad. I've been through there on 23 a few times. I used to have a pretty good sized flea market up there. I stopped a few times. Hello, Greg. Oh, I'm headed north. Northwest Ohio. Thank you, Woody. It's hard to believe, but Patricia, that you live in Michigan and you didn't get snow. How you doing, Greg? You guys get a lot of snow up in Maryland? I watched a few guys on YouTube there, and man, they were buried in it. But I think they live down in the lower part before you get to the Mackinac Bridge. It's about the third sheriff's boat I've seen. I think this is 52. I'm about to hit 823. Cut across the corner, bypass Portsmouth area, come out near Chillicothe. Good morning, troublemaker. Good morning. It's a GMC Sierra 2500. Yeah, I'm ready. I got the plow on the truck and it's ready to push. The name is Mike, out and about with M&D, Northwest Ohio. Charles, check out that channel for me. If you hear that little thumping sound, that's the camera hitting the windshield. Patricia, how long you been on YouTube? Thank you, sir. Probably see that guy in a ditch line or over a guardrail here before too long. He's got to be running 80 miles an hour. Yeah, he'll get better here in a minute. I usually conk out a few times in here. like driving through a tunnel sometimes. Pretty old there, Patricia. Oh yeah. This is a, I don't know really how long this is. Looks like that wagon got you up. Yeah, and some of these hills are taller than the cell phone towers here. I don't exactly know how that works. You think if you got a signal from a satellite in space that you would never lose a signal, but then you get the cloud cover and the storm systems and high pressure systems, so I'm sure it all affects it somehow. But I've also been out in the Mojave and all those places and even lose GPS out there and it nothing but flat. Hello, Alan. All right, see you later. Thanks for stopping. Well, all I can say is those satellites are way over my head. How we doing, Alan? How was your day? And yes, that was a joke. Well, according to my truck, we've dropped about, I didn't think anybody would. much rambling as I do, you probably never know when I'm joking. But since I got in the truck this morning, we have lost 10 degrees. And we probably won't get to see the sunshine all day. Yeah, it's gonna be a cold one. Time for me to get to Florida. Crazy in here how that wind catches these open spots through these, and seems like it picks up speed when it comes ripping through here. Yeah, it was pretty crappy yesterday, but we just went from town to town. We had to say goodbye to Bucky, our first one of the day. I'm in southern Ohio right now, Alan. Yeah, but I'm only headed north today. As far west in Ohio as I can get, without going back to Kentucky. work for a certain company, or you just hauled whatever? And take any Corvettes down to Bowling Green, did you? All right, Plywood. You have a good day out there, man. Appreciate you hanging out. Well, that's tough. Yeah, a lot of automotive there in Michigan. Of course, you get down to Toledo there, then you get the transmission plants and Jeep plants and Alan, I know you've chatted here for a little bit. Just to let you know, if you decide you'd like to subscribe to the channel, please go over to the channel and watch a video, comment, and subscribe from the channel itself instead of the live chat. That way YouTube will pick you up as a subscriber and not a automated program out there. YouTube has been changing the system. We're getting a little more critical on the subscribers, view counts and stuff like that. And then if you like, we can, when you leave a comment, we can follow you back. I don't know if you have a channel or if you're building a channel, if you got a big channel. Bowling Green, Kentucky. Known for the big Corvette plant down there. Was you driving when the Corvette thing hit the sinkhole, fell through? I was working at the casting plant in Defiance, Ohio when that happened. That was a good time. Not good for those people who just donated those Corvettes to be put on display down there. Yes. I'm sure they had good insurance. I had a couple friends that worked there, well, 3 of them actually, but they just had to have a Corvette because they worked for GM. I wish they would come back with the S10 models. You know, little stocky ones. I like to see them all 4x4s, you know, a little bit raised up. A little smaller than that Canyon or whatever, but no crew cabs, no nothing, just a regular S10 pickup 4x4. Maybe a V6. Well, the further we get away from the Ohio River, the better the skies look. Yeah, those Blazers, man. I was checking out prices on the 26s. And the same vehicle in 26 that I have now is almost $37,000 more. That is just crazy. But I blame it on the workers. You know, I used to stand side beside them, and 90% of them don't care how the line runs or what the part looks like. They're there to make money for themselves, and that was a shame, and that's why I left the place. Overpaid, underworked, and that's why your vehicles cost $100,000. Charles, looks like the flea market is opening up. That is the truth. Now that the weather clears up, we lost everyone. Yeah. Well, a lot of these jobs now, you know, no touch. You back in, you grab the trailer, you drop it off somewhere, and then they have the yard jockeys or the donkeys or mules or whatever you want to call them do all the work for them. Just sit there in the truck and wait for their load. Hello, Cheetah. Hard to do a wheelie in this one. That is true. That is true. You see that a lot in the military too. Especially with the ones who get out of the military. Yeah, a lot of people. I mean, some of those jobs are pretty good, once you get the training, but some of these smaller companies will hire you fresh, but a lot of these people, they want you to have 2 years experience, 5 years experience. Hey, thank you for the floating heart. But, and it's hard to get into the workforce. People won't hire if you don't have experience, and then when they do hire you, they don't want to pay you nothing until you get experience. And then they get mad because you want to move to someone else who offers to pay you more. Where are you from? Is it Basimo? Basimio. Well, that is definitely true there. I always liked the idea that you got promoted from within. That's the thing with some of these big places with big unions. You can come in the door and get paid the same thing as a guy been there 20 years and not know anything, and it doesn't give you the initiative to learn anything. Just goof around and the union will save you from absentees and screwing off all you want. But I believe you should start at a certain wage, and as you learn more jobs and are proficient at it, you should get promotions. And then you should never be a boss unless you have done all the jobs that you're in charge of. Yeah, and that was the thing. I mean, when GM done their big 2012 hire there, they didn't offer pensions to anyone. It was a 401k, you save at your own rate. Yeah, they did a little matching, but yeah, you had no future to look for, especially if you spend everything you make paycheck to paycheck. But anywho, I don't want to get on those sad topics, guys. I want to have a nice, happy conversation here where everybody likes everybody and we all get along. That is true. That is true. But who's got plans for the next week coming up, folks? Anybody traveling, or just a 9 to 5 or 8 to 4, 3 to 11, however the song goes, 7 to 3, 3 to 11, 11 to 7. Well, thank you, Charles. That's why I do it, man. I want to let people see what I see and go where I go. I mean, if you've been here before, that makes for a good conversation. And if you've been places I'm going, that's even better for conversation. That's why I got into YouTube, because we were doing a lot of traveling and I wanted to find out. Oh yeah, I seen the cop back there, but we were behind them two vehicles, so, and I am very, very seldom ever speeding. Hello, Zach. Well, there you go. Help your family out, man. You find out too late that we are not going to be around forever. We're only borrowing this life we have. These guys are going to go out and have a little fun. I seen the little place I stopped at down south there. They had 8 4x4s they were giving away. I want to say, guys, I hit the speed limit maybe 1 mile over and lock her down. How you doing today, Zach Diamond? And who is the guy that sent the floating heart? Thank you very much. Are you still here? Appreciate you. Oh yeah. I am headed home to go back to work. A 2-step stringer? Well, that depends on if you want to make it elderly safe and have a 6-inch high rise. They have a little formula there. If you Google it, it tells you the height times the width of the length of your step, which is usually I'd say for a deck, a 6-inch riser, a 10-inch tread would be perfect. What do you mean driving like a girl there, Maverick? You sound like a guy who's had a lot of speeding tickets if you're even old enough to drive. Speed limit is set for a reason there, and I follow it. But thanks for stopping in, Maverick. I don't have to step on the gas. My cruise does it all for me. Welcome in, Will. How you doing? There's some more fun and adventure. I must have had a mud bog or a 4-wheeler race here somewhere. I can understand that. Well, I'm sure you do. I'm sure a lot of people out there want to see other people's misfortune. You are definitely a kid. I can tell that. Sounds like you haven't really paid for anything yourself, Maverick, that someone has handed it to you. But we'll give you one more go around and see what your next comment is before we decide what we do. Now look at those old trucks there. A couple old Hershes and about a 57. And every time you send a message that gets blocked, then I have to reach up and scroll because my little Bluetooth piece does not read private messages. 44 inches, 6-inch rise. Yeah, but just remember to think about your ground clearance, and if you want the top step to come out level with the deck or be 6 inches below the top of the deck. Sometimes when you make the top step the same height as the deck itself, it kind of gives you a weird railing system. So I always drop the first step 6 inches below the top of the deck, which means you probably have to nail you a nailer board underneath the frame of the deck to secure it tightly. But yeah, I mean, you can buy those prefab stringers. I think most of those at the Lowe's and Menards are 6-inch risers with 10-inch treads. Okay. But you got her. Get your old framing square out and it'll help you lay it out. And if you're using treated lumber, always set it on a block on the ground. Don't let that treated lumber touch the dirt. And just remember there, Alan, if you're going over 32 inches, you'll need 3 of those stringers. Width, that is. Oh yeah, that's definitely going to be stout. I don't know what kind of weight you're going to put on it. Is it all 2x12 joist? Sounds like a pretty good stout deck, but all right, Will. Appreciate you stopping in, man. Remember to hit that thumbs up before you leave. Come back and join us anytime. 11 people in the room, folks. Say hello. Where are you from out there? Well, the weather is looking pretty keen here, but I don't think I'll hit any bad weather until I get up around the Lima area. Or as Google says, Lima. That's when it all turns bad, Charles. Yeah, we got a Procter & Gamble up near Defiance area now. Warehousing place. But we're still holding 41 degrees. Welcome in, folks. How we doing? How we doing? How was everyone Sunday? Well, that would definitely hold some weight, Alan. You got a power outlet under there, Charles, for a heat tape? Probably have all the plumbing on outside walls, don't they? There you go. Hello, Phil. I'm thinking we're just gonna skip lunch altogether and just keep driving. Only having coffee for today. I'm sure there's plenty of leftovers at home. Hopefully there's some ham and beans and corn left. Maybe even a slice of turkey. Charles will be the only one in the neighborhood with running water. Charles, you can sell community baths for $3 a piece, just like the truck stop. Wow. That's why we don't shower at truck stops, kids. Yeah, forget those people, man. All these are the same people who haven't bothered to help you out with your vehicle. Tell them donations are greatly appreciated. How far is Livermore off Highway 5? Charles, I'm telling you, that second cup of coffee went pretty quick. 40 miles. Yeah, I used to hit that highway a lot going to through Oregon and Seattle back when I was transporting. Yeah, I got about a quarter cup left, and it's getting a little bit cold. Someone notices I've been doing a lot of talking and a lot less sipping the coffee. Yeah, every time they sent us out to California, I was usually stuck there for anywhere from 3 to 4 weeks. You almost had to make them send you back toward home, or they would just let you stay on the road. This is almost Middle Ohio. How you doing, Stitch? Welcome in, folks. Welcome in. Not yet. Should be coming up on a Columbus Zoo sign, or yep, I understood. I think within 5 miles, Charles. Yeah. My mind told me what you were saying, even though I didn't read it correctly, but yeah. Good old spell check. Yes, sir. Cherokees? Nope. I used to hang out in Arizona with some Tohono Indians. They had a pretty big reservation down near San Miguel, between Tucson and San Miguel. The only place in Arizona that I knew of that didn't have a speed limit. Yep, I'm only getting coffee, Alan. Only the coffee. Oh, that's pretty cool. I just come through Scioto County down there. Scioto State Park, Chillicothe. Burger King has the best hash browns. I mean, if you must eat it, you gotta pick your favorite. I don't like their coffee. Burger King has the best fish sandwich. The classic. But, like I say, we are doing away with the bread and hopefully the breading for the next 30 to 60 days. DEF, welcome in. And if you guys are chit-chatting, hit that thumbs up. Let everybody know where you're from out there today. So far, so good. The roads have been kind to us. There's a Mickey D sign right there, Charles. Northwest Ohio, almost to the Michigan line. But I think I'm good for now, Charles, because I know there is another one up ahead. And the last time we come through, we got pinned over there and had to take all those detours around. Yeah, I mean, some places it's pretty decent. I just never understand why you can get one McDonald's will have coffee for $1. One McDonald's will have coffee for $1.89. And then this morning the coffee was $2.17. Yesterday the coffee was $2.79. Why does not every place have the same price? I'm sorry, fellas, but I'm missing a lot of chat here. The big chats kind of block the whole screen. So if you said something cool or funny, you can say it again. Yeah, McDonald's, I don't complain about the coffee. Bob Evans has a good coffee. Frisch's Big Boy, great coffee. Yeah, that's a hit. Sometimes the dog's a little smarter. It's like when your horse won't drink the water, don't stick your face in it. They are, but I think the pricing should be the same. I know the two McDonald's in my hometown are owned by the same person. As for the two McDonald's in the next town, owned by the same person, but they do have different prices. Just say, why can't we all just get along and have the same price on everything? CC, roger that. Good copy, over. How is everyone doing, folks? Waffle House, oh yeah. IHOP's had good coffee yesterday. And I like it that they bring you that whole little pot and then fill her up for you if you want. $1.99, I had 2 little pots of coffee and a cup of coffee to go. You can't beat that. Reminds me of the old joke, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. If I knew we didn't have any kids in here, I'd tell you that, but 4 people is not enough to tell a joke. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's dependent on, some McDonald's, they won't keep coffee after, say, noon or 1 o'clock. That's why if you're late in the evenings, you want a cup of coffee, they usually have to make you a fresh pot. But I've been to some places that will keep the old coffee, stick it in the microwave, because you can tell when the cup has been warmed up, or if it's just hot coffee. Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, tri-state area up there. Yep, I ain't getting nothing but mud back here. Raise its head, Earl. I can remember telling that joke back in 1982. It was a good one. Hello, Lurie. How you doing? Not right now. We're going to head south here pretty soon. Hello, Keith. Headed north at this moment. Yeah, Dayton is just a little bit west of us. Not today, I hope. Well, it depends on how it looks when I get home in about 3 hours or 4, but I think I can wait till the morning if there's any plowing to be done. I think we're doing 410s this week, so that'll be great. I am probably in west central Ohio right now. Chillicothe, pretty close. I think I just passed the big main turnaround. So I'm a little north of Chillicothe. Nope. No semi. Hello, Bible. How you doing out in California? We got Mr. Liverpool in here today. I am a maintenance technician for the state. Yeah, I love the old truck stops back in the day. Livermore. There you go, Phil. I'm sorry. Did I pronounce it wrong? I don't even remember what it said. Yeah, that's the thing, you know. They used to have their own little restaurant. So now the truck stops are just bringing in somebody with a fast food joint. Like almost every... what they called now the pay roads, tow roads, you know, almost all of those through here got Burger Kings in them or a Chinese place, tacos. Well, maybe when I get home tonight, Jacob. It's supposed to be a lot of snow up there waiting on me. I like that song. Chinese tacos, chicken tacos, seafood tacos, brisket tacos. I've been down in Kentucky hanging out. Well, I used to, but they don't allow me to do that anymore. Not from their vehicles, anyhow. But I do a live stream before I plow in the morning, so that's kind of fun. Well, they don't want to be paying me to do work that I'm potentially making money on YouTube from. Kind of a conflict of interest, and say I tore up their equipment while on a video, so that wouldn't be good. Yeah, you're correct there, Jacob. You think a place that makes its money off tourism would want their place of business to be seen a little bit out there? No biscuits. I eat the sausage, the patties, the links, the bacon, and plenty of eggs. That's going to be the diet from here on out. Well, I wouldn't do that. It's a pretty great job. I mean, like I said, they don't have any problem with me being there on my own time in my own truck, so I'll follow the rules like I always do. Carnivore, yeah, it's kind of like carnivore. I think when we looked up the carnivore diet, they didn't want you to even do vegetables. So it was kind of weird, but no wrecks today, Jacob. Thank you very much. Now we're getting silly. We're not here to cause harm or receive harm from anyone. Just having a nice, peaceful conversation, chat, hanging out, making new friends, building a community. So if you haven't already went over to the channel, check out some of my videos. Yeah, me too. Well, I mean, we did it that 90 days before, and like I say, I think I had a total of 38 pounds I dropped, but I did notice that I lost a lot of muscle mass too, so. But I didn't really hit the gym like I used to. It gets a little boring when you have to work out alone and at home. Charles, did you see the second part of the flashlight preview? And I would ask anybody on the channel as of now, if you would go over to my channel. There is a flashlight review, two-part ST10 by Sofern. Please watch the first one, like and give me a comment, and then go to the second one and watch that too. I would like to get over 1,000 views on that one. Would definitely help me out through the profit from the company and from YouTube. I think if I can just get people to help me, thank you for the thumbs up, help me get views, and if they leave the right comments, YouTube picks up on those too, so I could get good views and more, what am I trying to say, more people notice the channel that send me more products. And then, I wouldn't have to ask people to be subscribers, or not subscribers, but members. You're saying loosen the lug nut and get rid of the spare tire? Yeah, I mean, that's the first thing when you get monetized. They want you to start charging people to watch your videos and stuff. And, I don't want to do that, but just like Sit Chair sent me a gift And it's cool, and I like that, and I appreciate it, but I was telling Charles the other day, you know, there's people that send me $5 and $10 multiple times, and for $10 you can have a membership for a whole year. But I understand. But yeah, if I could just get the views and everything else, that's all I need. I'll let YouTube pay me. I don't want to make subscribers pay me. But you know, anytime I have a video or a product review, check it out, leave a comment, always click on the link. That helps out. The product link anyhow. You know, check them out. Everything helps. I have shirts and as for right now, shirts and a coffee cup on my homepage. You know, check out that. I have Amazon links on there. If you're into camping, check out those. It ain't that you have to buy anything, it's just that you clicked and looked at them. All that helps out. But I appreciate the people who just pop on here and listen to me every day. Even though most of them won't talk, but yeah. And you know, they want to charge you to see the same thing that everybody else is seeing. And you know, most of the time, well, that was given to me in Afghanistan Bible. That's probably, I have that and one complete uniform left over. That's about all I have left of military surplus, but I gave it to my wife and she has worn it one time. So I'm like, hey, it's going to be my campfire and travel jacket. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure that some of these things that they do members only, after a while, they get posted public anyhow. So it's crazy. And I do not make any content that I would charge you to watch. Yeah, mine's a little snug in the belly still, but I think I probably was 30 pounds heavier when I retired than I am now. We got our new McDonald's coming up, Charles. Our favorite one. Welcome in, everyone. And if guys, if you're just in here chatting and watching, you know, if you got friends on YouTube, share it out to them. Tell them to come on in and say hello. $2.59 for gas. Hello, Jimmy. We don't talk about either one of those, Jimmy, so I know you've been in here before, so you should know better than that. I'm going to have Charles delete your comment, but not you. You can do better than that, Jimmy. Yeah, I think we'll stop at this McDonald's today, Charles. Last time we stopped, it was a little faster in and out. I remember that old song. My pony run, he jump, he twitch, he throw my master in the ditch. Jimmy crack corn, but I don't care. And a Tesla, he's probably looking for a place to plug up. Coffee is on its way, Charles. The only problem with this coffee is when they built this here, man alive, 500 people in here. I'm going to go over to the Sheets and get a cup of coffee. This place is crazy. This place ain't much better. Charles, if you will talk to him for just a minute, I will grab a cup of coffee and I'll be right back. Well, that didn't go great, but it went. $4.99 for windshield fluid. That's a deal, guys. Come on. Get back on the highway here. Doo-doot, doo-doot. Probably could have got out that back way, but let's go out this way. Did I miss anything good, Charles? Yeah, the coffee machine had decaf. The other one was empty, but they had plenty of cappuccino. So we was settled for the Red Bull. I know that'll kill me too. Stitch, what part of Florida are you in? Red Bull is very bad for me, but after today we won't be having any Red Bulls either. I'm telling you guys, when I hit a diet, it's pretty strict. And to tell you the truth, I've not had alcohol in the past 30 days just to prep for this diet. So, I'm Sean from Florida too. I seen you were from Florida, right, Stitch? Yep, it is. I'm sure it's bad for you, man. I've seen the some of the crazy stories. But I'm thinking, you know, Not that I would ever quit it, but probably 5 pots of coffee isn't good for me every day either. Where are you from, Sean? Let's start all over here. No, I just seen somebody who said they were from Florida, or they didn't, something about the windshield wiper fluid, or they didn't have sheets, truck stops in Florida. So that's what I caught on to. I'm trying to catch up with the conversation. But I was just saying, if you're from Florida, then you are bound to know where some good hiking trails are down there, depending on what area you're from. I am going to head to Florida here in about 13 days. Citrus County, okay, so you're up high. Oh yeah, about every 20 foot there's a crack. Kind of like they put her down in pavers, you know. Well, that's good, Stitch. Oh yeah, man, you ever drive through Michigan lately? Whew. Those little cracks are potholes. They will beat your vehicle to death. Hello, AP. How you doing? How is the tree business going there? Yes, you can. We will allow that comment, but we're not going to talk about religion. I had a pretty great one. Pretty great little trip so far that I'm headed home from. And hopefully there's going to be some leftovers left when I get there. Did you finish a few of those little projects you were working on, AP? Yeah, no religion, no politics, no wars. We don't like to argue in here. I know what you mean there, man. So much nicer if everybody just... I mean, I ain't saying you can't have your opinions, that's fine. We just don't, Oh, that was a close call. We just don't want to argue about the stuff. It's a whole lot nicer day if you just don't have to argue with anyone. That is right, man. We like happy fire pits too, Charles. think I'm going to try to get down to Michaela. I don't know if that's a national park or a state park. I think I'm Michaela, or whatever it is. Down by Three Rivers. I think it's down borders like Northport or something like that. Try to get out there and find me a few trails. Well, if you're out in the country, are you bow hunting? Did they fix them to go besides one way or another? I know most places when we were down in near Orlando, you have to drive 20 miles one way to turn and come 10 miles back the other. Yeah, I come down, I was hired for a job down there, but you couldn't find a place to live for less than $3,000 a month. It's an expensive world down there. Yeah, I'm going to be about 80 miles more south than that place, Charles, but I'm going to get a few. I've seen a few with swinging bridges, and some of them had canoe launches and still had glass bottom boats. Oh yeah, it's crazy. And that was just it, you know, you'd find a place to rent, which was cool, and then you had to buy the insurance, then you had to buy mosquito people, pay for mosquito people, pay for the trash people, pay for the alligator people. Some places you can only have one vehicle to park. Oh, you can rent a place for your second vehicle, but it's got to be a quarter mile down the road. And then I would have had to rent a place to put my RV. So it was crazy. I used to watch a guy down in Florida called Freedom Fred. He was a disabled veteran. And he would do videos of all the free places that you could camp. And I'm pretty sure that the state shut him down. They did not want him telling people about this stuff, so. Yeah, that was one of them, Freedom Fred. And there's a couple down there that I don't watch because I know they're lying. But there's plenty of free places. There's a nice couple big parks right here in central Ohio. The Jesse Owens State Park. Those are all first come, first serve, and beautiful sites, well taken care of. Out west, you know, BLM land, I think you pay 20, 30 bucks for a year-long permit. Stay anywhere you want out there. But you get a lot of these people that are just completely destroying the place. They're all slowly going to disappear. Yeah, things are crazy, man. Me and the wife stopped at the last Wendy's we stopped, and for 2 combo meals, they wanted like $33, and I'm like, no way, dude. But I kind of do the same thing, you know. I'm like, hey, I used to do some videos. I would go out and buy a pack of bacon, a pack of sausage, a can of biscuits, you know, and I was like, hey, you know, I spent 89 cents on a can of biscuits, $2 on a dozen eggs, and you know, you can make 30 sandwiches or whatever you get biscuits. 10 biscuit sandwiches for, you know, for $8, and you can't even hardly buy one biscuit at a restaurant for that. People go in and spending $30 and $40 just to feed their kids breakfast in the morning, and they could feed them all week on $40. Well, if you straight out own your vehicle, that's probably the only thing that's saving you on insurance nowadays. I mean, that's another thing where insurance companies are ripping you off, but we're not going to get into that, guys. Let's get back to food and camping. From here on out, guys, food and camping. Tell me your good tricks. I mean, if you even have camping recipes, I would love to hear those. This spring and summer is going to be a lot more of cooking in my videos. I know, I get carried away, don't I, Sean? So if you guys are campers out there, let me know some of the best and easy meals to prep. I like cooking over an open fire, but cast iron is getting crazy too. Camping and food, folks. Especially if it's free camping, that would be great. My trip here is just headed home. My one down south, I've already picked out my hotels and everything is paid for in advance, so that's how the wife likes to camp. She likes to camp in luxury. This is Ohio. How you doing, Blake? Well, I think now will be a good time to get rid of it, Stitch. You could probably name your price. Where are you from, Blake? Oh yeah, well, either one. I do a lot of RV, but I got into a lot of tent camping this year. I've got a truck tent, I've got tents for the ground. I want to do some more primitive stuff. Seattle. Welcome in. I've got about 48 more state campgrounds here in Ohio that I've yet to camp at. But it seems like every year they keep adding them. Well, thank you, Blake. Keep a smile on her face and a sun at her back. Or is it the wind at your back? I think if you keep the wind at your back, don't they smell you coming? I mean, it's crazy. I think the sun at your back to keep it out of your eyes. That would be the way to travel. $38 thumbs up, folks. We're doing great. We're doing great. And if anybody in here has their own YouTube channel and they want more subscribers, feel free to put your channel link right up there in the comments. Oh, steak, baby. See, and that's the bad thing about my diet, that there's no potatoes, but I probably won't be doing no camping in the next 60 days, so. But there's nothing like a good potato thrown in the coals and cooked under the fire. But yeah, I think this year I'm going to do a little more hiking back into a camp spot, setting up, spending a night or two. I got that grandson now who wants to go with me every time I pull the RV, and that's okay. You didn't think I knew what? About the potato under the fire pit? Oh yeah, and you know, I think I'm gonna pick up one of those Dutch ovens. I see people making great stews and stuff in those, and you know, kind of like what I want to do. Just put something on there where I don't have to look at it every 2 seconds, like frying an egg. He will probably be there before I get there. Oh yeah, baby, coffee and bacon. I mean, I could survive on just that. And maybe some eggs. Man, it's been so many years since we actually ate the fish that we caught. Most of these rivers and stuff now, I wouldn't trust eating the fish out of them. Some of the lakes are the same way. Hard to fish at a big lake when you see a power plant or something smoking right beside it. Or a factory. You know they're dumping. Yeah, Nomadic was in here earlier. He likes to do a lot of hip camping and stuff like that, and he goes to some great places. And me and Charles is looking for land down on the river, man. We're going to set her up our own camping site. If we ain't there, we'll be making money from it. It'd be Charles in charge. Carrington Corner. Well, Charles, we have made it to the big city. Yeah, we had full intention of this year of just, I always wanted to, you know, pull the camper, camp across the United States, stay somewhere, work for a couple weeks, move along, you know. Kind of travel with the weather. I got about 3 hours and 10 minutes, I think. But yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, I drive 6, 7 hours down to Kentucky, and we hike and camp down in there. Evidently, 72 and a 55 is not fast enough. Yep. But, you know, not completely nomad. I thought about maybe finding spots, you know, these little campgrounds that give you a free place to stay plus a little bit of money. Help them out. I would love to do that. What did you make yesterday, Stitch? All these people in the third lane over there running 90 miles an hour just to get around this traffic too. Cut them off up here. Yeah, at least a little canoe launch or something like that. But, you know, like we did down in our team, we make some nice little tent pads or whatever to keep people off the ground, and then get it online, baby. We'll get the YouTubers traveling through the area to stop. Might be a good thing. I don't think I can keep up with the Amish community. I'm just talking, you know, campground to campground. Griddle cakes. What's those little, how about those little pie pans? Have you seen those where you make they fold them together there and cook the whole thing at once? Yeah, but definitely gonna go Dutch oven again this year. Wow. Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday. If I just frying up a straight burger, I take a can of that Campbell's French onion soup. Cook that in that French onion soup, man. That is a good tasting burger. Red whip? What is red whip? Sounds spicy to me. cream, huh? Scanned whipped cream? Is that like where they laser print your food now? I've heard of Cool Whip, not Red Whip. Oh, like Ready Whip. There you go. Ready Whip. Okay, now I can see. I know what Ready Whip is. I thought you were talking the color red. I couldn't see the eye. My little Bluetooth thing has went dead on me. Now we got you. That's almost like a potato soup. I do like mushrooms, not the crazy ones. Couldn't read all that. Well, that would be me then, Stitch. I must be poor. I mean, they make it 9 miles from my house. I have never been past the bridge yet. We have plans on going up there, but I heard it was very expensive in a tourist town. We have one of the biggest Campbell soup factories in the world right here. Picture Rock. I've heard of that one too. There's a lot of people got fired at Campbell Soup when I worked there. The rumor was they were shipping stuff to a warehouse out in Arizona, which did not exist. What does the back of the can say? Open other end? There you go, man. On a cold day, Bible. Or grilled cheese and chili. Welcome in, folks. Welcome in. Say hello. Jump in the chat. Man, we're talking about campfire foods. have a Hilton Rewards account and card. They don't charge me till I get there, so I never have to, if I cancel or whatever, there's never a refund. So I reserve online with my card, and they charge me when I get there. I had enough points for a free stay in Georgia on the way down, but we use a lot of points. Year before last, when we went west, we had 4-day free stay in Vegas and a 5-day free stay in Reno, which was good because when we hit California, we probably paid more for 3 days in California than we did all the way out and back. All right, back to food, folks. Annie's crackers. Yeah, well, they laser print your steaks now and your meat, so you never know what you're going to eat. Ohio, Jeff. Not born here, but this is where I live at the time. Kentucky. Yes, I am, Doug. Almost there. Well, 3 hours, so. I like a lot of his songs, yes. I almost stopped in Memphis on the way down to Louisiana. Squeeze over here, pal. You got room. Yes, it is, man. I'm glad I put the snowplow on last week before I left. They say I had snow to push, so we'll see in about, an hour and a half. Oh, I like the teddy bear song. I don't want to be a lion, 'cause lions play too rough. I don't want to be a tiger, 'cause tigers ain't the kind you love enough. Oh, let me be your teddy bear. Blue suede shoes. And in the near and the fade, the final curtain. Yep, he was a pretty great singer. He left us way too soon. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Yeah, you ain't never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine. I like when he was on Forrest Gump. Or Dewey Cox, Walk Hard. Yeah, he was a good singer. But I like a lot of songs, and I can't stand the singers. I'm an oldies and goodies. Are you leaving? Hello, Jim Rockford. How's Texas? Yeah. And a cape. I need a cape, yep. We used to watch the reenactors, the performers out in Vegas. He'd always come out and give the girl a rose. Some of those guys are pretty good, but some of them don't even look like him or sing like him. But I guess it depends on what hotel you're at. I did it my way. Thank you very much. And for now, Elvis has left the building. $33. Well, man, I just looked over. It's 34 here too. I am headed for the freeze zone, evidently. It was 51 when I started 3 hours ago. It's gonna get bad. Thank you guys. We got 41 thumbs up or 42. I don't know how many. I don't know how much longer I'm going to stick around here. I think I've been here about 2 hours and a half, so that's a pretty great live. Yep. There's one thing that she don't need is another hungry mouth to feed in the ghetto. And his mama cried. Sad songs are cool. Back in the day where you could watch Elvis Presley himself on stage for about $32. I don't think you can park at a concert now for $32. The last time we were in Vegas, I think the cheapest show that we could watch from an actual entertainer was about 115 bucks. If you wanted to watch the Blue Man Group or something like that, I mean, that was $240, $250 a ticket. That was my good fortune of being the youngest in the family, man. I got the hand-me-downs, and I got to hear all the stories from all the older siblings. Well, if he's still alive, what would it be? Like When was he born? 1927 or something like that? He would be very, very old. But you never know. Crazier things have happened. Hello, Bill. Good afternoon, sir. Where are you from, Bill? Hit that thumbs up if you haven't already. We are talking about food, campfires, and somehow we've got on Elvis Presley. But it's all good, it's all good. Yeah, that's what I kind of figured. He would definitely be a pretty old critter right now. But who knows? We're not going to argue. I can remember being 75 cents. That's about it for me, but I can remember taking $1 down for the lawnmower and getting change back. I'd fill that baby all the way to the rim. Look at that, the sun's out. Where's plywood? Somebody told me earlier that I wasn't going to see sun all week long. And there she is. She's a pretty sight, Skipper. Do-do-do. Who is Alice? Elvis. So he'd still be in his 80s, correct? Look at this sunshine, folks. What has happened? Look how you folks have brightened my day out here. Everybody sing together. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. Everybody singing at home, clap your hands. You make me happy when skies are gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take the sunshine away. I know a guy paid me $5 to sing into his can, and I don't like telling tales out of school. What a beautiful day, folks. If you're new to the room, say hello to everyone. We got people hiding in here that ain't talking. Sure is windy here, oh. Look out. It's the law. I think he's turning to get somebody. Good thing I'm running 7 miles under the speed limit. Let's get back into the comments, folks. What's going on out there? What's going on? But, Annie. Very cool. Well, fellas, I'm going to say goodbye and so long for now. We've been here for 2 hours and 30 minutes, so I appreciate you. Maybe I'll get back on later on tonight. We'll talk some more. If not, I will see you about 6:30 in the morning. Have a wonderful day.